Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, it's just me creating this fun green look using some perm rods. To see how I achieve this look, just keep watching. Now, as you guys will see throughout this video, I will use varying sizes of perm rods to achieve this look. I'll use not only the blue ones, but the orange ones, the purple ones. I just don't have one sizing of perm rods. And what I'm doing is taking the hair, and this is Lia hair that I ordered from Amazon. I will leave the link to the store that I ordered this from down below. I'm taking the hair and wrapping it around the perm rod. Now, this hair is very inexpensive. I don't believe for as many packs as I got that I had spent more than $30, more than $25 really on all this, and you can get a pretty sizable amount of hair. This hair is mainly used for braiding, so braiding styles you will see this hair used for, but as you will see today, I'm using it for a crochet style. And as you guys will see, I will be repeating this process over about 60 times. I know that's a lot of rods and it's probably unnecessary, and I did not end up using all the rods that I made, but I'm better safe than sorry. Just because I let the hair dry after getting it wet, and you'll see the rest of the process, I do this process over 24 hours. I don't have time to redo the process, so I try to overachieve rather than underachieve and then be kind of left with a scramble like I was the first time I did this process. If you saw my first video, I did this process and I used both flexi rods and perm rods. Then I did this process again with just flexi rods, and today's video is just testing out to see how perm rods alone would perform. I like the ease of the flexi rods, but the perm rods do give a different kind of curl that I wanted to see if it could be achieved today. And I got a lot of comments in my last video doing this method that, hey, you can do this after the fact. So say you install the hair as is and then you curl it and then you dip it in hot water and do that process. You guys know I know that process. I grew up getting box braids. I know the dipping in, the holding in a cup of water process. This is just kind of my version of this where I'm not sitting on camera having to hold a cup up to my hair. This is just my overnight kind of version of that. I know I'm also going to get some questions about how long does this style last, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I filmed this video during the holiday Christmas season of 2018. It is now, as I'm doing this voiceover, September of 2019, so almost a full year later that I am uploading this video. And how long I wore this was only for a couple of days, quite honestly. I can't get away with a green hairstyle in real life. My real job does not allow for it, and my real personality isn't really a walk into the office with a green hairstyle type of a personality, but I could get at least 3 weeks out of this style if I actually tried and achieved it. I think you can go up to 4 weeks. I mean, there's nothing different about this technique than a regular crochet hairstyle. So other than the fact that it's colored and it's Lia hair, what you see and what I end up with is a style that isn't going to be a low maintenance style, but if you put some maintenance into the style and keep maintaining it, you can wear it for upwards of about 4 weeks. Now comes the hot water. I let some water boil on top of the stove, and now I'm pouring it over all the perm rods that I have created. What I'm going to do is let it sit in the water for about, I'd say 5-8 minutes tops, and then I'm going to pour the rest of the water out, and then I'm going to let it stand for, I say, about 48 hours. I actually had time when I did this, so I let it stand for 48 hours. It was a long period of time until the hair was completely dry. So then after waiting that 48 hours, I come back with my hair fully braided. Spoiler alert, I did reuse these braids over again for the style that I had next. But what you're going to need is your crochet needle for this style. You're going to also need the hair. Now this is the hair as it was ordered. So this is it in a straight format. They give you 5 packs of this when you order it online. Of course, I'm using the version that I made, the perm rods that I made that are in this container, fully dried at this portion. There are no wet little strands in here. That's why I give it that 48 hours. You could blow dry it if you needed it a little bit faster, but with me, I had time to spare. And so what I am doing is unraveling that curl from the rod, and this is kind of the curl that you are left with. I do not split the hair. I kind of install it as you see it. As you can see, the hair is pretty thin, so there is no need to really split the hair. I did try to use consistent sizing when I was kind of wrapping it around the rod, but as you see, I'm starting in the back. My braid pattern is kind of that standard all going straight back braid pattern that I always do. And then next I'm just doing the standard process I use to install any crochet hair. I'm putting that needle through the braid, then attaching the hair, then pulling both the hair and the needle back through the braid, taking that needle away from the situation. Then I am knotting the hair. I believe I did about 2 knots for this hair with how thin it was. 2 knots was required. And then I'm just going to repeat the process. Nothing special. All throughout my head, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I literally do the same install method for every single hair that I wear. You guys all the time ask me, do more installs, and I'm like, for what? It's going to be a simple straight back braid pattern, and it's going to be installing the hair the exact same way. I feel like that's why my channel is more geared towards reviews, because I love doing those. I can be as thorough as I want to with a hair, try it out, show you how long I can wear it, tell you more so than show you how the hair is going to perform. Again, doing an install, that's great, but again, you don't get to see the real tried and trueness of how the hair is going to play out. And overall, I don't get to watch my shows when I install on camera. That's one thing I be missing. When I install some hair, I like to be watching my TV shows, and I can't do that when there's a camera right in front of my face. But again, if you guys want to see more installs, let me know down below. But again, it's gonna be a waste of y'all's time, I'm trying to tell y'all. So in terms of timing with this style, how long it's going to take a little bit longer than your average style, because of course you're doing this added step of unraveling it from a rod. So if I didn't have to do that, I'd say it would take about a normal 3-hour job, of course, with all this extra process, and I'm including the braid time. It would be about 4 hours if I hadn't, braided the night before and done all of this. So it is a longer process because of what you're going through to kind of get this hair together. But again, it's going to be no longer than a standard kind of 4 hours. And again, you're doing this because there isn't this style in the stores. Of course, if you can buy a hair, then yeah, go ahead and buy it, but I don't think there's going to be too many times where you're going to find an ombre kind of green hairstyle. I also know I'm going to get a lot of feedback that this seems like a lot of effort to do for a style you weren't able to wear for several days. It's not that I couldn't have worn it for several days. Like I said at the beginning, I could have worn it for longer, but again, the way my life's set up, I couldn't have worn this out in the real world for that long. But again, my life is a little different too. I'm a content creator, and I thought this would be something fun and energetic to wear and have around for the holiday season. And I also too was able to reuse this braid pattern, so it's not like the braid pattern went to waste after I took this hair out. It was definitely reused and definitely put to good use for another style, which I believe the style after this hair I was able to wear for quite some time. So next, I think it goes without saying that you're going to want to put mousse on this hair. As you can see, I hope it's coming through in the camera, that this is a very soft hair. And with these soft hairs, you're going to need mousse to kind of tame the hair, bring it all together. And also, you're going to want to cut this hair. Of course, it is installed in its raw form, and you're seeing how it comes out installed. You're going to want to cut this hair if you're going to actually want to style it. You guys know, I'm no stylist. That's why I'm not cutting it into a style, because I cannot do said style. So I'm just cutting it in the regular Lia Lavon fashion. You guys know I'm not here for the theatrics, not because I don't want to be, only because I can't. So this is it. This is the finished look. This is what it is giving you. In comparison to the packet, I definitely say the hair looks a little darker in the package, or maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe it's my eyes that are playing tricks on me. So now that I've done a hairstyle with both the perm rods and flexi rods, then the flexi rods by themselves, and then the perm rods by themselves, I have to definitely say there's really no difference between the perm rods and flexi rods. The one thing I will say though is I did enjoy the install better with the flexi rods. It was a lot quicker, just because it's easier to get the hair off the flexi rod than it is the perm rod. I think it's because the perm rod is a lot more rigid. You guys know perm rods have these kind of ridges on it where it looks like this, and I think that kind of holds the curl up a little bit and just kind of gets attached to those little rigidities. But other than that, I just think that I like the flexi rods. But the perm rods and flexi rods give you the same exact curl. I thought I was like coming up with something. I was like, oh, it's gonna be different, it's gonna be different. No, it's the same exact thing. I just think you're gonna get a different curl depending on the size that you use. I don't like the big blue ones. I think I really like the orange one because it's just a nice kind of curl. I use the orange ones mainly throughout. Did use those blue ones in the back. The purple one's just a little bit too small. White one's super small. So if you're gonna do one of those, do it throughout the whole head, a whole head of white, a whole head of purple, whatever you use. It'll just look weird if you try to mix and match the perm rods out there. But overall, cute little style, cute little situation. But you guys be the judge down below. What do you think of this style? Is it a Lia Lavon yes, or is it a Lia Lavon no? Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my content. Comment down below if there's anything else you want me to try, another curler, if you want me to do box braids. What do you want me to do? I'm listening to your ideas for what to do next. So leave it down below in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.